Hello, everyone, and welcome to our MPTA vendor showcase for our first ever virtual conference. So I want to thank all of our panelists for being here first. Thank you for being here, our exhibitors. And let's get it started because we're going to try to give everybody 7 minutes. So we're going to click right through this. So Missouri transit providers are faced with numerous challenges each year, but 2020 has proven to be exceptional. The workshop provides an overview of available products and services offerings designed to meet changing mobility needs from leading businesses and organizations. We're going to treat this like a speed dating event. So each vendor will have a specific amount of time. We're going to go with 7 minutes to share with us to see if there are any matches out there. All right. So we hope, considering the constraints on us today in our businesses with COVID, that this format provides a positive opportunity for all our attendees. If you have questions, please post them in the chat box and at the bottom of your screen. Unless you are presenting, we ask that you please mute yourself. That way your audio, to eliminate the background noise. Thank you, and let's get started. So we're gonna toss it over to Nick with TransLoc, and before we get started, before your time starts, Nick, can you tell me what your title is? I didn't have that down.
Yeah, Kim, no problem. My title is Business Development Representative for TransLoc.
Okay, thank you, Nick. And Nick, we also wanted to thank TransLoc for being our gold sponsor today. So take it away, 7 minutes.
All right, a countdown there. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. I know a lot of the people on the call, at least that I can see, EcoLane and a few of these others, kind of know what we're about. So I guess what I'll kick off with is, recently we've gone through kind of a merger as far as two groups, as far as TransLoc, Double Map, and Ride Systems. So, to easily explain what we're doing now as far as where TransLoc was and where we're at currently, we're able to kind of provide a one-stop shop type of feeling for any group regarding, transit solutions or, looking to provide maybe an upgrade, whether it's, passenger counting or contact tracing with our, the current COVID scenario. So, I guess what I want to really talk about today mainly is, how we're currently, in our landscape, as I mentioned, who we are through the Ride Systems, Double Map TransLoc, platform, but mainly kind of who we're serving and, how we're able to help, whether it's a transit agency or, let me move this here, whether it's a transit agency, hotel, hospital, airport, there's quite a few things that we can help. And from the municipality side, they always have their hands in quite a few things, whether it's a university that they have stops running through or, trying to provide, safe, late night transit, whether that's a safe ride program or what have you. So if any of those things kind of trip your trigger, feel free to kind of reach out to me. Looks like we have about 5 minutes. Hey, Kim, I do have a question. Do I need to carve in some time for questions, or is that going to be at the end here?
We'll have time for questions and answers at the end.
Great. So as I was saying, we do provide a lot of services. I guess the last thing I want to touch on is what we provide as far as GTFS and, the GTFS RT and a lot of those things regarding, transit app and Google Transit. If your group is trying to make sure you have good data going out to those different platforms, certainly reach out to us and we'd be happy to talk to you about our platform called Architect, which certainly helps scrub a little bit of that data. If you ever use the GTFS file, it's certainly, or looked at it, it's not easy to decipher things. So yes, again, just feel free to reach out. I want to touch on a little bit of our, our vision, I guess, for the forward mobility side of things. I don't need to go into this too far, but, as our, umbrella, if you will, we provide a lot of different kind of things regarding microtransit or on-demand or fixed route, spin scooters, autonomous vehicles. you know, a lot of those things are coming down the pipeline rather, and especially with autonomous vehicles becoming something that we're talking about nonstop. So, you know, as a mass or a MOS type scenario, the spin scooters are something that we can kind of plug in and help with some of that first mile, last mile, you know, issue. You know, again, with our philosophy, we want to make sure, you know, we're kind of taking the time to, you know, give feedback or real feedback and, you know, give surveys in, you know, throughout our app or kind of a scenario in which we can really understand what's happening because technology is moving so quickly. So within our application, one thing I want to touch on is we're able to give, you know, kind of a real life survey of, you know, are we really serving who we think we're serving? And, you know, I guess one cool thing we've realized is a lot of people are trending towards like a WCAG type scenario, which WCAG is for like screen reading. And so you're able to kind of get around like a ADA type service for an application or a phone application. So starting to look into some of those things where we can really serve everyone, whether that's, you know, on the application or on the bus with a, you know, a lift or what have you. So it looks like I've got about 2 minutes left here. And so we'll touch on the TransLoc app, kind of what's new. As I mentioned, we've been doing a lot of surveys and whatnot and more or less testing the market or seeing what's becoming, you know, more popular. I think what I've seen become more popular is you know, the on-demand payments and easy to pay on whether it's on your phone or kind of contactless payment. So we're working with Token quite extensively to be able to kind of have a very streamlined, you know, contactless payment where, you know, whether it's on the phone or on the bus, you know, we can kind of accommodate all of those things. Another cool thing, I guess, live vehicle capacity. We have, you know, one of the first apps to have that where if that transit agency has, you know, passenger counting or APCs or any of those things to count the passengers, we're able to provide that live kind of on the vehicle. So it's kind of helpful, especially with COVID, when groups are trying to get around or, you know, even one person wants to get on the bus at the right time, you know, that provides a little bit of help. Let's see, we got a couple more. So I guess this is more or less what I was talking about, how we can really help, whether it's the on-demand side or the full fixed route experience or both, right? So within our TransLoc application, you can toggle back and forth, whether it's on our on-demand or toggle back to, you know, a fixed route side. We also have a trip planner, and now we're also kind of releasing some cool things like, you know, our Spanish app or our Spanish language, which is, you know, now going to be offered. I think it actually is live in our app now. So happy to, you know, I guess answer any other questions y'all have about the application.
Okay, Nick, that's great. Thank you so much. You actually had I think a full 10 seconds left to spare. So
All right.
We will go ahead and transition over to Cheryl then with Enterprise.
Thank
Let's
you.
see, and Cheryl, you're the Commute sales manager with Commute with Enterprise, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Sorry,
Just want to make sure I had the title right.
Getting my screen together for you as you were asking me a question. So, hi everyone. Thanks for spending some time with us this afternoon. I'm Cheryl O'Connor. I'm a Commute sales manager for our public sector. I sit here in St. Louis and I'm on our corporate team. So I help public agencies and transit agencies across the United States either create or expand van pool programs. So my expertise is really in program structure, going through the procurement and bid process, and then contract execution and setting those programs up and making sure that we maintain compliance with all of those contracts and federal regulations that surround van pooling. So I would also like to introduce Amber Taylor. She's on the call with me today. I sit in our corporate office and help transit agencies across the United States. However, she's our local gal here in Missouri who really works with transit agencies, employers, potential participants to help them get into a van pool situation. Amber, did you just want to say hi real quick and maybe give a quick intro?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Cheryl, and thanks everybody for allowing me to be on this call. Just like Cheryl mentioned, I'm an account executive for Commute with Enterprise. I have been in the Kansas City market for 9 years, and I have recently transitioned into the St. Louis market as well. So I manage our partnership with KCATA here in Kansas City, and I look forward to expanding my knowledge and potential transit agency partnerships into St. Louis as well. So yeah, thank you.
Oh. Thanks, Amber. I'm going to play a quick video here that's going to give you an overview of our services, what we actually provide, and then I've got a couple of slides. So with the countdown, I will...
There's a better way.
And can you guys hear that as I play it? You can. Okay, great.
To get to work, one that saves money and gives you back more time in your day. Commute with Enterprise. Enterprise makes it easy to ride together. We provide the vehicle, maintenance, and ongoing support. You just bring the company. We start by connecting coworkers who live nearby. Then you choose from our wide selection of SUVs, vans, or crossovers. And your crew can upgrade your ride with amenities like Wi-Fi or HD radio. Everyone saves money by sharing the cost of the vehicle and gas. Some commuters may even receive government or employer subsidies to further reduce the cost. Once you have your crew and the vehicle, it's time to ride. Choose the time and central location to meet and ride back to after work. Everyone can alternate driving duties, giving you more time to relax, catch up on work, chat with coworkers, or even stream your favorite TV show. And when you commute with Enterprise, you're making a real difference by reducing the number of cars on the road and your carbon footprint. So let's recap. By commuting together, you're saving money, gaining back time, and helping the environment, all while riding in style. Commute with Enterprise.
All right, and so now I'm going to see if I can flip over to my quick presentation. Looks like that works. All right, so as you heard in the video, we really provide
Our military men and women go above and beyond to protect our country. And at Enterprise, it's an honor to go above and beyond for them. It's been in our roots since the very beginning.
You can learn more about Enterprise as a whole at a later time. So let me go back to my presentation here. So as you heard in the video, we really do provide that full turnkey van pool service. So the 7 to 15 passenger vehicles, insurance, maintenance, ride matching software and support, a full staff that like Amber that helps you with getting folks into a van pool situation and really working with those employers. And then of course that excellent Enterprise customer service to back up the division. We also have some cool back-end tech to back up that front-end logistics of providing the program. So we've got a very user-friendly website, as well as a participant-only app for the time being that will be released to the public soon. But we've taken it down and we're revamping it and only allow our existing participants in now. But then we've got cool back-end marketing communication materials that we utilize in our partnerships with our transit agencies to really build awareness of the program and get the notification that the program is up and running in any given community. And so why do our programs really work for our communities? You can see here on this slide that we're filling in those gaps that other fixed route options may not be filling. So let's say that somebody's coming in from a rural area into a downtown, or somebody's living downtown and going out to that distribution center that isn't near anything, let alone a fixed route option. So really a complement to any existing transit system, and happy to help you guys in any way we can. I am doing a presentation tomorrow, diving into a little bit more of our actual network and response to COVID. But just to give you a quick intro to us, we currently work with 75 public sector agencies across the United States. That could be a state DOT, it could be the actual transit agency, city, county, MPO. basically whoever raised their hand and said, we'll take on this crazy thing called van pooling. But we also work with 1,100 private companies. We're very proud of our partnership with our 80+ military and Fed installations across the United States. So what does that mean in terms of impact? Prior to COVID, we had about 12,000 vehicles on the road, which means that we are really helping our communities in which we operate. And you can see some of the metrics that I pulled out from our annual impact report to put on the screen here. I put these numbers up there to brag a little bit on us, but also say that any of our partners, whether it's an employer or a transit agency, we can provide some of these metrics to you so that you can illustrate to your stakeholders exactly the impact of the program to them. This is, of course, along with all of the National Transit Database reporting that we have available to our partners as well. So I think that's it. I spun through that relatively quick, but that is Commute with Enterprise. I hope to talk to you more soon.
Okay, great. Thanks. You guys are just doing so good at this. I feel like you've done timed demonstrations like this before. So we're going to throw things over to Susan, the Business Development Director at EcoLane. So take it away, Susan.
Great. Can you hear me? Testing.
We can hear you.
Okay, great. So thanks, first of all, for continuing on with the conference. This is actually the first conference that I've done virtually. So all of the other conferences that I was scheduled to attend had just completely canceled. So I appreciate the fact that you're giving us the opportunity to communicate with everyone. I do have a short slideshow, so I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, can you see that?
Looks good.
Looks good. Okay, perfect. So typically with EcoLane, we're all about doing more for less. Right now, that's really just not the case. A little overview of EcoLane itself is we are 100% web-based. Our scheduling and dispatching software is completely available on the web. We are AWS hosted, so Amazon, we're hosted in the cloud. We've got over 200 clients that are using EcoLane throughout the US and a few that are overseas. Our largest client is actually Oates. They are there in Missouri. I think most people there are very, very familiar with Oates, but they are our largest client. We are very scalable. Our smallest client is actually only 5 vehicles. So we're able to use the software in both large and small agencies. We're very well known for our day of service improvements. The true differentiator between EcoLane and other softwares out there is what actually happens on the day of service. And I think most people would agree that on the day of service, it can really make or break you. You could have drivers that fall behind or no-shows and cancellations that really truly impact what your software is actually doing. And because the software is really helping to deal with those things, we are showing improvements on the day of service, which actually helps with your with driver shortages. We tend to use fewer drivers and have fewer drivers out on the road. We've converted most of the softwares out there. We've converted many of the softwares that are out there in use today, with like Trapeze and Route Match and CTS, and we're working on we just completed a PC transition over to EcoLane. All are doing quite well, and as you can see here, almost all of them have improvements on their day of service, so they bump up considerably and are able to do more with their fleet. EcoLane is something that can service the needs of different types of providers. So we've got our typical ADA paratransit service that is equitable for all of the passengers that are out there. We've got our traditional service with our group trips and subscriptions. And then, of course, now everyone is really interested in on-demand. They want to meet the needs of those passengers that are out there. So we've got a mobile app that's available for passengers to use. And again, this is about the optimization that's done. We do things just a little bit differently. We have our typical batch optimization that we do on the night before, and then it's the real-time optimization that really impacts the service. The mobile app is, again, passenger facing. They can book, they can cancel, they can pay for a trip, they can receive push notifications when their vehicle's on the way, and they can also now rate their driver, their actual experience within the vehicle. This is all done through the software, so it is very automated. When a passenger actually books a trip through EcoLane on the mobile app, there is no need for a dispatcher to handle the trip. So the trip can be booked and completed without any type of dispatcher intervention. And we do have agencies that are using the software to do a first mile, last mile type of conversion with their agencies, and they're allowing their passengers to self-register, so they don't have to call into the office at all to make reservations or handle the trip. Everything is done through the website. And again, I am Susan Farwell with EcoLane, and I'm the Business Development Director there for Missouri, the state of Missouri. But one thing I definitely want to kind of talk about with today's COVID is typically we're all about doing more with less vehicles. These days, we're really working with our agencies to really reverse that, and we're doing providing the service with more vehicles and less space, and really trying to space our passengers out in order to keep everyone safe. So we're working very heavily with our agencies to do that. We've got a lot of agencies that are taking their larger vehicles off the road and replacing them with their paratransit vehicles. And one other thing I wanted to bring up is customer service. So we truly believe that there is no possible way we can teach you everything about EcoLane and the software during the implementation time. So it's something that we do a lot of is our education after the fact. So we do the best that we can to make sure that you're sustainable before we actually leave the site. And then we are consistently providing trainings that are available to you. We've got an EcoLane University where our clients can log on and you can help to train the new staff that come in, or repeat trainings for those that kind of need some additional assistance. Very involved with all of our customers. I know I reach out regularly to our customers to make sure that they're doing okay, they don't have any additional questions, and very proud of the fact that EcoLane is really continuing after the sale. And I think that's it. My time is up, Mallory.
Excellent work. I've got you down. Perfect. Okay,
Great.
so up next we've got Gretchen Hall with REI. Pretty sure I saw her earlier.
Hello.
Oh, there you go. Great, Gretchen. Thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. My name's Gretchen. I am new to the industry. I was at PayPal for 10 years, so I'm getting to know everybody in the industry. It's a huge change, but I absolutely love it. It's great to be in this industry. I know a lot of you guys are probably familiar with REI, so I will make it quick. I've got a presentation I can share with you guys. So basically right now at REI, we've kind of put together a little package to help to kind of help promote COVID information to your riders. The monitors will allow you guys to put messaging on the monitors that your customers might need to make their trips more comfortable. If it's something that you guys are interested in looking at, learning a little bit more about, just contact me. I know we've sent out some information, so you guys may have gotten that. Kind of wanted to touch a little bit about right now, kind of since things are a little bit slower, it's a good time to go in and do some system checks, make sure that all of your equipment is running smoothly. A few things that help with the cameras, just making sure that firmware is up to date, the cameras are pointed in the right directions. You've got all your different alert set, things like that. Got a little video that kind of gives you some ideas of things to consider when using REI and thinking about other competitors for cameras. Boy, it doesn't like when I try and do anything else.
Gretchen, I think we're having a little bit of a hard time hearing it. Would you be able to talk us through some of the points?
It's not bringing audio at all?
No, I mean, I'm not hearing it. Anybody, the rest of the panelists hear it?
No, no audio.
Okay. So it's just kind of basically going through, you know, making sure that you're getting the views you need, that your cameras are giving you the coverage that you need. Sometimes it's just really a matter of adjusting it. So that's kind of what they're doing here, is adjusting the camera to make sure that they're viewing. All of our DVRs and equipment cameras, they all go through major testing to where they get brought down to 30 degrees Celsius and then go up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. So that way for the different areas of the country with the different weather, all of the DVRs, there won't be any issues with the humidity, the heat, or the cold. This just gives you some sample views of different camera placements and what you're gonna see with our cameras. All of our equipment, we actually burn in. So once everything's totally completed through manufacturing, it goes on a line where it'll actually, and each piece of equipment has different burn-in times that we will go in and make sure that everything's running properly before any equipment is shipped out to customers. That's really the gist of that one. We also have a new 360-degree system that it actually shows you the entire perimeter of the bus. When a driver is getting ready to turn, it will actually bring that camera for, if he was turning right, it would bring the camera on the right side live. So that way the driver can see on the outside of the vehicle everything that's on the right side as they're going to turn. It's been a huge benefit for a lot of customers because it's been giving them a lot more coverage on the outside of the bus when there's been any issues. And then they have the video to back it up. So that way, if there's an accident, they've got full coverage of the entire outside of the vehicle as well as the inside of the vehicle. There's a monitor that allows the driver to see all that video. So it's really giving the drivers a lot more coverage when they're actually driving the vehicle. As you can see here, when they're backing up, there are alerts that'll go off if they are too close to a vehicle or something's coming near them. So a lot of new things coming out with our 360 camera. We also have our armor system. Basically that gives you on-demand live views of where the buses are and what actual video captured on those buses at the time. Just kind of a quick overview, pictures of the different ways that we test all of our equipment. And that's really all I've got. I know you guys are probably fairly familiar with REI, so didn't want to go too in deep, but feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody in person when we have that ability. So thank you.
Sounds great. You guys are just moving ahead of schedule. This is good. We'll have more time for Q&A. Excited about that because I've been writing down my questions as we go, and I'm sure that there may be some more in chat coming up as well. So we're going to skip over. We're going to go to Ken Becker with Proterra, Regional Sales Director.
Well, hello, everybody. How are you? I really appreciate this opportunity. to share a little bit about Proterra with you. In the state of Missouri, we have no customers yet. But as you're going to see here, we've got customers all over North America, and I think it's just a matter of having these opportunities. So I greatly appreciate this opportunity. So I'm assuming everyone can see my screen okay? Do you see my first slide?
Yep.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to blaze through this really fast, so hang on tight. So, because there's a lot to this. So, Proterra is a battery electric bus and charger manufacturer. We also manufacture the battery packs. Of course, those are the packs that we use in our bus, and they're being used in other vehicles as well, in different industries even, and I'll share a little on that with you. We are over 500 employees now. We have multiple plants. 2 different plants assemble our buses. That's our bus manufacturing. And then we have a dedicated plant for our battery pack manufacturing just outside of San Francisco. So we are now over 124 customers and counting. We have actually over 13 million service miles logged. And we've saved over 55 million pounds of carbon dioxide emissions have been avoided. This is who makes up Proterra. This is comprised of all different experts in different industries that came together and have taken Proterra to where we're at today, which is we're celebrating our 10th year of delivering our first electric bus, which was delivered at Foothill Transit in California. So very exciting. A little snapshot of who makes up our company. Some of these names you might recognize. This fellow right here, for example, Ryan Popple, he was the number 2 guy at Tesla. So he reported directly to Elon Musk. I mentioned the different plants that we have. That's Burlingame, that's where our battery packs are manufactured. And depending on where you're at in the country, you would have your buses built in Los Angeles or Greenville, South Carolina. So why do people buy electric buses? Why is everyone moving towards this? Well, it depends, of course. And but what we're finding is as great as a battery electric bus is for just better for the environment, it really comes down to economics. So I'm going to get right into that. So back in 2010, when we delivered that first bus, our bus was about $1.2 million each bus. And thank goodness for early adopters, the EV evangelists. We have increased our volume and improved our technology and are able to build battery packs for less money and even improve performance at the same time. So now here we are, we're around the $700,000 range. So still more than a diesel bus, but I'm going to share with you what that really looks like on the economic side. By the way, 10% market penetration, that means it's a big number. Any new technology that hits 10% market penetration, it's a big number because it means the market has embraced that new technology. So now the graph goes like this. So this is what electric bus looks like in North America by 2025. And you can see the green here. So here we are in 2020 at about 10%. And now here we go almost 50% by 2025. So it's happening. And how it's happening is certainly a lot of the larger agencies that have pledged a zero emission commitment by a certain year. And an example in my region, and by the way, I'm the Midwest regional manager, so sales director for Proterra. So I handle about 9 states, Chicago being one of them. They're pledged to be all electric by 2040. So exciting. It's a snapshot of our customers. So everyone seems to think that electric buses are only on the West Coast, and couldn't be farther from the truth. It's the East Coast, it's the Midwest, it's the South. And notice there's no Missouri customers here. So, but it's still early and I'm quite optimistic. So another little snapshot of what all those logos look like. And this is a big deal to us because we consider all of these agencies as partners. When you go into a electric bus adoption in your transit agency, There's a lot to it. It requires a partner out of a manufacturer, such as what Proterra does. This is a quick little snapshot of why people are switching. So if you add up the energy and fuel, in our case, energy, electricity, plus maintenance, so 106,000 plus 375,000 in maintenance over a 12-year period, so that's total, versus a diesel bus, $454,000 in fuel over 12 years and $460,000 in maintenance. That's where you're getting that $400,000 plus in savings over 12 years. The savings is astronomical. Normally you're getting 6 miles to the gallon. Now we're looking at over 20 miles equivalent. Different ways you can buy an electric bus. We can pull the price of the cost of the battery packs out of the bus and get that bus in more of a price in line with price parity with the diesel. Little snapshot, Proterra was able to actually start with a fresh, clean sheet of paper and design our bus around the battery packs. It's the safest, most stable design. The battery packs are out of the crash zone and in a safe spot. And certainly with the weight of battery packs, it required us to come up with a little different take on how to build a bus body. And it's done with carbon fiber composite. It's lighter, stronger, non-conductive, non-corrosive. So Proterra has a dedicated group of individuals, industry experts who work for Proterra, and they handle all the infrastructure aspect. Recently, if you're not aware, there's been a standardization and connection. So now we're all using the same plug. So that means if you buy a charger from someone today, it'll work with a different manufacturer's bus tomorrow. There's a little snapshot of what our chargers look like as well. So Proterra brands their own chargers as well. So I think I'm out of time.
Perfect. Right on the nose. So great work. And we looks like we do have a question for you in the chat. So we'll save that till the end there, and we'll throw it over to John with Nova Bus. John is the regional sales manager.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. And I was expecting to do this underneath the arch, enjoying some of the fine food and drink from St. Louis has to offer. But I'm going to share my screen instead, if I can here. Bear with me. So I am the regional sales manager. Come on. No. Let's see if this is going to work. Maybe not. It's coming. Looks like it's coming. So bear with me. So yeah, I'm the retail manager. I'm going to give you a little bit of background on Nova Bus, and as I'm waiting for this to pop up here, so it's coming. Just sorry for the snafu here. No. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. So I'll just give you a quick little rundown. So again, John Obert, I'm with Nova Bus. I cover the Midwest, similar to Ken there. And Nova Bus offers a 40-foot and a 60-foot diesel bus, hybrid electric bus, CNG, and we do an all-electric bus also. And I was hoping to show you some nice pictures of it, but we'll do that another day. So Nova Bus is part of the Volvo group, and I don't know if everybody knows that here in the audience today. In Volvo, we manufacture a lot of trucks. We do a lot of different types of buses around the world. We do off-road equipment, heavy-duty equipment. You'll see the big Volvo, like the Caterpillars. And we do marine engines also. And part of Nova Bus, benefit of Nova Bus is we get to use some of that worldwide engineering technology and put it into our bus here in North America. We have the Nova platform, the LFS. We also manufacture the Prevost motor coach here in North America in our same plant up in Plattsburgh, New York. So Nova Bus is fully Buy America compliant. Again, it's a 40-foot, 60-foot platform. We have a full service network. Because we're partnered up with Prevost, Prevost runs or partners with us, and we do all of our service and parts through the Prevost network, and all of the warranty work, all of our parts supplies, all of that work comes through Prevost. And it works out real well for us. And I wish my little thing was going to work, but it's not. So with that, again, my name is John Obert. I'm with Nova Bus. I look forward to meeting with you guys in person once this whole COVID thing breaks loose. And I'm going to flip it back to you. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I know that was short and sweet, but you know what we'll do is if all of the panelists will make sure to send us any sort of slides or information they'd like for us to share, this will be available later on our website, and we'll make sure to include that information as well. That way, you'll have those visual aids when some of our members are going back through and reviewing the content from the conference. So thank you so much. We are going to move on to Jason with BYD.
Hey, hello.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, how are you? Can you actually see my screen right now?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, thanks everyone, and great to talk with you through the Zoom meeting. And my name is Jason. I'm the director of the sales operation for BYD, in charge of the central region of the United States and Midwest area. That's my territory. I joined the BYD since 2016, and I was in the Silicon Valley, was in the battery industry before I joined BYD. So to introduce about BYD, and first one, and it's all the low floor transit buses we deliver to the customers, and all Buy American compliant and autonomous certified. And by 2019, we deliver over 400 electric buses. And worldwide, we deliver 55,000 electric buses so far. So we got a bunch of the operation data from different areas customers. And our manufacturing facility locates in Lancaster, California, which is about an hour away from Los Angeles, north of LA. So over there are over 850 local employees. And of course, globally, we have over 250,000 employees, including engineering team and design team, and also the production team. So yeah, and our production workshop is also the union workshop. We work with the Smart Union 105. And for the BYD group itself, it's a privately owned and a publicly traded company, and 10% owned by the Berkshire Hathaway since 2008. So yeah, this is our manufacturing facility in Lancaster, California, which is 550,000 square foot EV manufacturing space. And we're building other spaces in Lancaster for the truck and also the Skyrail. And also our battery manufacturing facility locates in Lancaster as well. So, you know, as a BYD, as a group, as a business group, it has multiple divisions. We have the BYD forklifts, multiple different kind of the forklifts, and BYD electric trucks and refuse trucks, and also the yard trucks. We have some great customer like the Amazon, like the Pepsi, the Sephora, Goodwill. And for sure, we have the passenger vehicles, we have the hybrid passenger vehicles and pure electric passenger vehicles, SUV and sedans. And we have a big team for the energy storage system, including the solar panel, solar lights, and also the energy storage system. For sure, and the Skyrail and Sky Shuttle will be one of our concentrations in next few years. So, which means we not only can provide the automotive applications to the customers, but also we can provide a comprehensive solution for the cities, from the energy generation and to the automotive. So talking about the transit buses, and we have the 30-foot, the 35-foot, 40-foot, and also the 60-foot certified by the Altona test by end of 2019. And also right now we have multiple bus models in Altona, which are the high floor commute coach. In order to provide a better service to the customers, we set up different facilities and for the service center, including the parts dispatch center and also the technicians locations. So far we set up 6 locations so far, and we're gonna have another one at the south area. For our core technology, BYD used the aluminum for the top frame and also the chassis. For the chassis is the steel, so to minimize the weight and also have the better anti-corrosion performance. For all the steel, chassis steel, and we do the anti-corrosion for the interior and also the exterior. Like all the OEMs, we proud of our battery technology, and we use the LFP battery, which is the very safe battery technology. We did the multiple safety test for the battery cell, battery module, and also the battery pack, the puncture test and the fire test. And because we use the LFP battery technology, our standard warranty package for all the transit customer is 12 years warranty, 12 years of the 70% of the original battery capacity. So basically for the lifetime of the bus, you don't need to have any additional cost for the battery, for the 12 years battery warranty. And also we have very flexibility with different charging technologies. BYD has its own AC charging solutions, 80 kilowatt and 200 kilowatt. On this picture, that is the standard, our BYD AC 200 kilowatt charger. And also we'll do the DC plug-in J1772 charger. And we do the overhead J3105 and also the inductive charging system. We have over 7 different customers, over 100 buses equipped with the inductive charging system. And some customer asked, after 12 years, what are we gonna do with those batteries? One of the options provided by BYD is because we have our own energy storage system team, so we can help the customer to remove the battery from the bus and build the energy storage system and to supply the power for the facility. And for sure, and since 2017, due to the improved the quality of the bus and also the better service, we got the repeat order from over 20 different customers, and they keep repeating the orders from the BYD. And 2 of the customers from us, one is the Como, Columbia, Missouri, and another one is the Kansas City Airport. It's our great honor to work on the projects in Missouri and look forward to have more opportunities in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, perfect. So thank you for the presentation, Jason. And we're going to move on to Scott with Passio Technologies. Hey, there you are, Scott. Perfect.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. Appreciate everybody hanging around here until the end for the opportunity to speak with you. We're definitely going to share our screen with you here and talk a little bit about us here at Passio, what we do. We are an intelligent transit solution provider. We provide both fixed route and also demand response. So that would be demand response being any EMT or any paratransit that you may provide. And of course, your fixed route solutions that may be available there as well. All of this is available to you. We provide everything that we have for you with one-stop shop. We provide the support for that as well. And we've been around for right about a little over 10 years right now is how long our company's been in place. We have several companies and agencies that we work with there in Missouri. And we're looking to continue to expand and look forward to showing you a little bit about our company, as we'll get into that now with our presentation that we have available for you as well. So what we are, as we mentioned, we have modular solutions. And by having modular solutions, that means you do not have to have one of our other solutions in order to have another one. So we can come in, if you're currently running any type of a CAD AVL solution or anything along those lines, we can install our APC solution to help you out with the passenger counting and any social distancing guidelines you may have to work with at this time that we're all experiencing during COVID. We can also come in and add AVA for your voice announcement and can integrate with any signs that you have as well. So that's what we mean by giving you that modular capability in order to let your transit technology work for you. And as we say, make every passenger count while you're working with us here at Passio. I'll provide you now with a little video about Passio. So just sit back and enjoy this time.
In today's environment, transit agencies are constantly being asked to provide more convenience, features, and reports with the same or even fewer resources. How valuable would it be to have a system that streamlined daily operations using a single, integrated platform? Real-time data, value-based solution, easy to learn, simple to use. Passio Technologies checks all of those boxes and more. Our solutions include Passio Go, the real-time passenger app, passenger counting, automated voice announcements, demand response scheduling and management, self-service updates of route, stops, and system controls, dynamic and customizable reporting. Plus, solutions are modular and can be upgraded at any time. Real-time information for passengers at their fingertips. Check. Tools to empower efficient and effective transit management. Check. Reporting and analytics that maximize service delivery and control costs? Check, check. Make every passenger count with Passio Technologies. Visit www.passiotech.com today.
And then just as that video mentioned, that's exactly what we do at Passio. We're making sure that we're making every passenger count and providing you with those proper solutions that you need in this ever-changing world. We know and understand that technology consistently changes, and we make sure we stay ahead and in the forefront. As the video mentioned, we have several solutions. This here is just a wide range of what we currently provide and have that ability to integrate them all together. Just as the last slide on the video mentioned, talking about the analytics, with our Navigator solution, we have that ability to pull all that data together for you, give you those various reports you need when it comes to passenger counting, anything to do with your on-time reporting that's also necessary, and then to keep up with the other various statistical information that you may need to provide those reports back to NTD or any of your other federal groups that you may need to provide information for. Now, a few of some of our newest solutions that I want to talk about today that we've really gotten into, that we've brought to the forefront, is our newest Request and Go solution. So this is an add-on feature that we have with our Passio Go app. It allows your riders to actually request a ride on a fixed route. So what some of our current customers may have now is they may have a commuter area that's out. They may only really need to service that specific stop 2, maybe 3 times a day as people are coming into town or getting ready to leave town. So what they're able to do with the app is they're able to go in, actually click on that stop, and literally in the formal way, virtually raise their hand to let that driver on that route know that I am here at this stop and I need to be picked up. That then notifies that driver, and while they're continuing their route, they now know I need to head toward this particular stop because there actually is somebody there. That way it makes your routes a little more efficient in order to not have to continually pass by these stops that are not going to have anybody there because you just wouldn't have them there during that particular time. So this is one of our newest add-on features that we've recently done. We've had several new customers put this into play, and we'll definitely be happy to talk with anybody more about this opportunity as well. One of our other ones that definitely came up to light, specifically with the COVID that we're all experiencing at this time, is contact tracing. So what we were able to do with the form of IDs, and particularly many of our colleges and universities already have this in place and are implementing this solution, it was put together with our gateway solution, which not only counts the people coming on and off the bus as they are scanned in and scanned off, but we also record their specific number associated with that card. In order to receive that card, we're now able to let the institutes or the agencies know exactly when that person got on the bus and when they got off. So then should they contract COVID and contact the proper people in place, they're then able to notify everybody else that was on that vehicle during that time span that they could have come in contact with somebody that had the COVID virus. So we're able to provide, again, that safety and security that we're all looking to give at this point in time with exactly with what we're experiencing. And this is our newest solution that we have of contact tracing. We've currently put that in place with several of our colleges and universities as mentioned, and it's going great through the solution setup and how everything is operating this time. And those reports are really working well for everything that we can provide back to them. And it gives them that, again, that sense of safety and security while enjoying transit. And that is it.
Perfect. Okay, great. Well, we actually finished our presentations a little bit early, so I'd like to go back and get a couple of questions answered from each of you, if you're okay with that. And I know we have one in chat for Proterra, but I had one for Nick with TransLoc. Nick, did you have anything that you wanted to maybe elaborate on with your work here in the St. Louis region and the on-demand transit, the work you guys did on the Illinois side?
Well, I know we're working with Como Connect, KCATA, and quite a few other groups there. There's quite a few. I'm on more or less on the West Coast territory. Happy to kind of send out some more information regarding which customers we're dealing with, whether it's in Missouri, there, Illinois, or any other Midwest area. As you know, those use cases can kind of travel throughout those urban spots. So. Certainly can help you out there.
Excellent. Thanks so much. And then I know that we had a question for Proterra. Let's see. Does the 700,000 purchase price include the batteries? And I think you went over a little bit with that on your slide. That
It
you
does
pull the
indeed.
price out. Okay.
It does indeed, yes.
Okay, great. That was an easy one. All right, great. And then Cheryl, I had a quick question for you. How many regions have you rolled out your program so far?
How many regions here in the state of Missouri, or across the
Just
country?
in general? I know that this is a national, or is it a international effort?
Yep. So this is just a national effort now for the U.S., but we're looking at expanding globally, in the near future. We work in varied areas around the United States. Some of the big names like Miami-Dade Transit or LA County Metro, or some of the folks up on the East Coast, or Denver RTD. Denver COG actually. Here in Missouri, we actually have one public sector partnership with KCATA. So thank you very much for your ongoing partnership with that. And then we have roughly 40 other van pools that are operating currently in the state of Missouri, but they're not associated with any public sector partner. And I'll go more into those numbers tomorrow during my session. So please see me again at 11 a.m. tomorrow, guys.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And then let's see, Susan, I had a question for you with EcoLane. You had mentioned Oates being one of your largest clients. Are you servicing them in all 87 counties that they serve here?
We are.
Across
yes.
their whole system?
Yep.
Wow.
That officially happened just about a month or so ago.
Okay. Wow. And they are the largest rural provider in the country. So that's very exciting.
Yes.
That you guys are working together. We love Oates. Okay, great. That was an easy answer too. Good. All right. So Gretchen, I noticed that the REI testing for the cameras was pretty extreme. And I was wondering, did you have St. Louis weather in mind specifically?
We live in
Midwest
Omaha.
weather in general? Omaha? Yeah, Midwest weather. That's it. Yeah, you can get all of those seasons and extremes in one day, right?
We've had it in 3 days.
Exactly. That's just a normal spring. Spring. Great. And again, if you guys would all send me your presentations, I'll make sure to get those on the website with this presentation as well. Okay, we asked about Proterra. Let's see, Nova Bus. John, do you have any client examples that you could share with us?
Well, the closest there in the West is some articulated buses in Ames, Iowa. And Chicago is one of our largest customers. We have a little over 700 buses up in Chicago that are closed. And we have some buses up in Minnesota Valley Transit. So right there in the Midwest, there's a few. But like, without the slide, there's buses all across the country from Nova Bus and Prevost motor coaches.
And those buses are offered in various sizes as well, lengths? Capacities?
Yep, 40 foot and 60 foot. Yep, we don't, we have not developed the smaller buses yet. It's mainly just the 40 footers and 60 footers and the different, you know, propulsion systems available.
Okay, great. And then Jason, you had mentioned, I had two quick questions for you. You had mentioned a SkyRail. Where is that project at?
Oh, the SkyRail project, right now we're working on the multiple cities, and one of them is Los Angeles, and because the 2028 Olympic Games, so that will be one of the options for the LA to improve the traffic situation, especially the downtown traffic situation. So that will be one of the options. So we are working right now.
And did I see a double-decker bus on one of your slides?
Yes, we do have the double-decker bus, the 35 foot and also the 45 foot. We delivered 11 of them to the Genentech in Bay Area. Yep.
Okay, and is that to transport maybe employees or?
Yeah, transporting employees to commute from the San Francisco Bay Area and to the San Francisco. And they have 11 of them, and they operated it since 2018.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then, okay, back to Scott. I have to really peek here to read my terrible handwriting. Your contact tracing, I thought that was really interesting. Do you guys use that to track ridership as well?
Yes, ma'am, you're able to do that. So when you actually tap your ID, which is what's typically used on the colleges and universities, they already have the IDs in place. It is keeping track of how many people are getting on and off the vehicle. So you do get that boarding and A-lighting information, which is then transferred to the Passio Go app if they use that, so they can see that and to control that. So by the same way of doing our automatic passenger counting that uses the lenses, it does the same thing of keeping track of that, and you can dial down those actual counts. So if it was unfortunately previously a 50 or 60 passenger bus, now it's maybe 15 or 20. You can set that as at max capacity and therefore show that percentage on both the navigator side while your dispatchers are watching the bus in action, and also on the Passio Go front facing app for your public to view as well. So it does provide both of those along with that contact tracing on the backside. Okay,
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And then one other question for all of our bus vendors. I know there's a handful of you here. Any plans for a 29 to 30 foot bus in the near future? It sounded like Nova was working on maybe moving towards towards a smaller bus in the future, but doesn't have one on the fleet right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, from the bus side, no, we don't have anything smaller than the 40 foot right now. I mean, we've talked about it early, but we don't have any plans to make a smaller bus at this time, especially 29 footer.
Okay. Mr. Becker, did you want to jump in?
Absolutely, thank you. So Proterra offers a 35 footer and a 40 footer. I can tell you that our 35 footer can turn inside of a lot of 30 footers out there. So, and we just don't see the volume, unfortunately, in the 35 side or the 30 foot side. So 35 and 40.
Okay. And then Jason, do you guys have a 30 foot or 29 foot bus?
We do have the 30 foot electric bus, which certified by the Altoona in 2017, and the Kansas City Airport ordered the first of 4 K7M 30 foot in 2017. They got it and they placed a repeat order in 2019. They have another 3 right now. And so we do have the 30 foot electric bus. And in the meanwhile, we have a 23 foot electric commute coach.
Okay, great. And Cheryl, I know that you guys have at Enterprise, you've got vehicles under 30 feet and under 29 feet, right?
Yeah, we do. We provide, well, for the commute service, we provide the 7 to 15 passenger vehicles, but our other divisions, you can get, box trucks and things and all sorts of different size vehicles.
Perfect. Okay. Any other questions from the participants? While those are coming in, or if we get any more, I'm going to give everybody just 1 more minute in case you forgot something or remembered something later, like, oh, I should have said that. Nick, we'll start with you again, if that's okay. So if there's any last words, that's not what I mean. Let's hear it, okay?
Sure, sure. Well, just want to take time to thank everyone for carving out some time. Just, want to let everyone know, TransLoc's a turnkey operator and our turnkey provider for whether it's an operator or a transit group, university, or any of the in-betweens there. That's really all I have to say. If there's anyone that has any questions specifically about what we do or how we can help or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me at nicholas@doublemap.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Okay. Cheryl, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I echo Nick's sentiments. Thank you guys for spending some time with us today and allowing us to present our companies to you. Van pooling, I'll leave you with one statement here. Van pooling really works in just about any area. We work with blue collar, white collar, and no collar in very urban areas, very rural areas. The piece of expanding service across the nation really depends on what really resonates in your community. Are folks needing to, save time, save money? They're concerned about their environmental impact, whatnot, or maybe they don't have a ride to work every day, and so they rely on van pooling to get them there. So, whatever that is, we're here to work with you, assess those needs, and figure out a solution with you.
Perfect. Susan, you're up.
Great. I don't really have a lot to add. I would just say I would also echo what Cheryl was saying about a partnership. That's what EcoLane is all about. I think that you can speak to almost all of our clients. They would agree with you that we're all in this together, and we got to make the best of the software that we have. So tell us what you need, and we're willing to help in any manner to get that job done.
Great. I love this, all this talk about partnerships. That's really, I think, a great way to move forward. So, Gretchen, did you want to say anything else?
I know I didn't mention, I know we're on the Missouri contract, so we've already got that all taken care of. But any questions at all, I'd be glad to answer, but thanks so much for everybody's time this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, Ken, anything else?
Thanks again for this opportunity. This worked out really well. We just actually announced that we partnered with Optimal. That's a 27-foot bus. It's not exactly 30. It's a new battery electric cutaway. So I want to make sure everyone's aware of that. And I want to extend an open invite to any agency that would be interested to see what electric bus looks like in action. And that's in Moline, Illinois. They have our buses and our chargers. They currently have 8 buses in operation with 14 more on order. CTA, big project right now. Bloomington Normal in Illinois. Peoria, CityLink, they are also we're building buses for them as well. So lots of opportunities to come see a bus. All you need to do is ask, and we'd love to show you around.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And John?
Yeah, thanks, Kim, for you in organizing this. I'll be sure to email you a copy of my PowerPoint, Derek, and add a little technical. Everybody else did great, so there's always one, and today was me, so that's okay. But thanks again for your time, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you here shortly. Thanks again.
Thanks, John. All right, and then Jason?
Oh, thank you very much, Kim, for coordinating this meeting, and it's a great opportunity to talk with everyone. And again, thanks for your time, and be safe, and appreciate the opportunities we work with the Columbia and also the Kansas City Airport, and look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Great. All right, and Scott?
Yes, ma'am. Well, definitely thank you all at MPTA for putting on this event. I've been to several virtual events of this nature, and this was very well run. You also congratulate yourself and pat yourself on the back for that. It moderated greatly, and really gave us a good opportunity to get out in front of these people that we may not have, we're all experiencing at this time. So really appreciate that. As you mentioned, I'm Scott McLaren. I am the Senior Business Development Manager at Passio Technologies, and I cover the entire United States. So if there's anything that we can do for you, we're happy to do that, and we're always ready to welcome you into the Passio family. That's exactly what we do. We take care of everybody just like their family. So again, thank you so much, Mallory, for your time, and really had a great opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys all for being here. So thank you to our vendors who joined us in the unique way of showcasing all of their projects to assist Missouri mobility needs. This workshop will be available online in the next few days. And thank you again for joining us. Don't forget to come back tomorrow because we're going to do more MPTA 2020 virtual conference. And we hope to see you then. Okay. Thank you all again. Have a great
Thanks so
evening.
much. Great to see everybody.
Thank you.
Good to see you.